Hey there, it's Kevin, and today I'm pulling back the curtain on one of the sneakiest scams floating around the crypto world, the so-called crypto signals groups. You've probably seen them advertised in flashy Telegram channels or private Discord servers, promising insider tips that guarantee massive profits. Sounds tempting, right? But here's the shocking reality. These groups are not designed to make you rich. They're designed to make you broke. And the deeper you look, the dirtier it gets. Stick with me, because in a moment, I'll show you the exact tricks they use to trap thousands of people every day, and more importantly, the smarter alternatives that actually build wealth. Now here's what makes these groups so dangerous. They don't just target beginners, they deliberately copy the look and language of real financial advisory services. They plaster charts, insider lingo, and fake screenshots of winning trades everywhere, creating the illusion that you're stepping into a professional trading circle. But if you've ever wondered why someone with supposed million-dollar insights would sell access for $20 a month, the answer is simple. The signals aren't real. They're recycled, copied, or fabricated outright. Take this trick, for example, pump and dump coordination. A signal group will tell its members to buy a low-cap coin at the same time, hyping it as the next big breakout. As the price briefly spikes, the insiders running the group quietly sell their own holdings, leaving everyone else holding worthless tokens as the price crashes back down. It's not advice, it's exploitation dressed up as opportunity. So why do people fall for it? The psychology is fascinating. According to behavioral finance studies, humans crave certainty when money's on the line. That's why these groups lean heavily on the promise of guaranteed wins. They use what Robert Cialdini, author of Influence, called social proof. Fake testimonials, screenshots of massive gains, even staged conversations that show members celebrating profits. You're tricked into thinking, if all these people are winning, I don't want to be left out. That fear of missing out, FOMO, is the scammer's sharpest weapon. But here's where it gets even sneakier. Many of these groups actually steal their signals from legitimate analysts, only after the information is already outdated. By the time the copycat signal reaches the group, the profitable move has already passed. The victims think they're getting early access, but in reality, they're always one step behind, chasing trades that no longer work. It's like running a race where the finish line keeps moving further away. Let me ask you, if someone claims to have a magic formula for crypto wealth, why aren't they just quietly building their fortune? Warren Buffett once said, "Risk comes from not knowing what you're doing." And that's exactly what these groups thrive on, keeping you in the dark, feeding you just enough jargon to sound credible while hiding the fact that they're profiting directly from your trust. But the real twist is this. Some copycat groups are directly linked to exchanges or shady brokers. They earn kickbacks every time you place a trade through their referral links. The more you trade, the more they make, whether you profit or not. Think about that for a second. Their entire business model depends on you losing money repeatedly just so they can keep collecting commissions behind the scenes. Now you might be wondering, if these scams are so obvious once you know the tricks, why are people still falling for them in huge numbers? The answer is simple but brutal, because hope sells. The hope of doubling your money overnight is so powerful it drowns out logic. And scammers know that. They prey on your optimism, your impatience, and your desire for shortcuts. But here's the uncomfortable truth. There are no shortcuts in real wealth building. And in just a moment, I'll reveal the legitimate strategies that have quietly built fortunes for decades, without relying on secret signals or shady groups. Before we get there, let's close this loop with one more hidden danger. Some signal groups don't just copy advice. They sell your data. Joining requires handing over your email, your phone number, even KYC details for exclusive access. And behind the curtain, that data is packaged and sold to third parties, opening you up to phishing, identity theft, and a lifetime of spam. You thought you were paying for insider tips, but the real product they're selling is you. So the question becomes, how do you protect yourself? And more importantly, where should you actually focus your time? if you want to grow your money without falling victim to these traps. Stay with me, because in part 2, we'll break down the proven, practical alternatives. And I'll share the one timeless strategy that even billionaires like Buffett rely on when the noise of the market gets too loud. Alright, let's talk about the smarter path forward. Because once you know how these scams operate, the next step is to replace false promises with real, proven strategies. And here's the good news. You don't need secret groups, hidden signals, or so-called gurus to build wealth. You just need clarity, patience, and the right mindset. First, let's tackle the idea of guaranteed wins. Every scam feeds off this illusion. But in reality, the only guarantee is that markets move unpredictably. As legendary investor Peter Lynch said, far more money has been lost by investors preparing for corrections or trying to anticipate corrections than has been lost in corrections themselves. Translation? Nobody has the crystal ball. The smartest investors don't chase every signal. They build systems that win over time. One of the simplest but most powerful alternatives is index fund investing. It might not sound as glamorous as chasing the next big coin, but here's the reality. Warren Buffett has repeatedly said that the average investor's best bet is to consistently buy a low-cost S&P 500 index fund. Why? Because while copycat signal groups rely on hype and timing, index funds quietly compound wealth year after year, regardless of market noise. It's not about getting rich overnight, it's about staying rich permanently. But what if you're drawn to the fast-moving world of crypto specifically? There's still a way to play smart without falling into traps. Instead of chasing signals, focus on education and fundamentals. Understand the projects you invest in. Look at their utility, their adoption, their development teams. Suze Orman once put it bluntly, invest in what you know. If you don't understand it, walk away. That one principle alone would eliminate most crypto losses people suffer today. Here's another shift to consider. Instead of trying to find shortcuts, invest in yourself. Robert Kiyosaki famously said, "The most important investment you can make is in your own education." Learning how markets actually work, whether stocks, crypto, or real estate, gives you leverage no scammer can ever take away. Think about it. Knowledge compounds just like money. The more you learn, the less vulnerable you are to hype and deception. Now let's circle back to the psychology of scams for a moment, because this is the piece most people miss. Scammers don't just sell signals, they sell identity. They make you feel like you're part of an exclusive club, smarter than the average person, about to unlock secrets they don't want you to know. And here's the kicker. That feeling alone is often enough to keep victims hooked, even after losing money. It's the sunk cost fallacy. You've already paid to be inside, so you cling to the hope that the next signal will finally be the big win. The way out of that trap? Recognize that exclusivity isn't proof of value. Real value doesn't hide behind paywalls. It shows itself in results, transparency, and trust. So, what's the ultimate takeaway here? It's simple but powerful. If you want lasting wealth, stop chasing noise and start building habits. Legitimate strategies may not be as flashy as signals, but they work. Consistent saving, disciplined investing, skill development, and critical thinking. That's the real insider knowledge the wealthy rely on. Gary Vaynerchuk put it perfectly. Legacy is greater than currency. If your focus is only on fast cash, you'll always be at risk of losing it. But if your focus is on building something lasting, no scam can derail you. Now let me leave you with a challenge. The next time you see an ad for a crypto signal group, instead of asking, "What if this works?" flip the question, "Who profits most if I join?" The answer will always reveal the truth. Because in the end, wealth isn't about shortcuts. It's about making smart, consistent decisions that compound over time. And that path is wide open to you, if you're willing to take it. So, here's your action step today. Unsubscribe from the noise. Ditch the copycat groups. And commit right now to building wealth the real way, with patience, discipline, and value creation. Because scammers prey on shortcuts, but they can't touch the person who chooses the long game. You've got this. Go build it.